Welcome, Ludo enthusiasts, to the ultimate Ludo King 6 Players Challenge. Today, we're diving into a thrilling, high-energy match with 6 fearless competitors, each represented by a vibrant color: blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, all battling it out for ultimate glory. From the very first roll of the dice, this game promises strategy, suspense, and unpredictable moments that will keep you glued to the screen. Have you ever played a 6-player Ludo game and felt your heart race with every move? That's exactly what we are about to witness, amplified in this action-packed battle. Every color in this challenge brings its own personality and style of play. Blue exudes calm confidence, always planning 2 or 3 moves ahead, anticipating opponents' actions, and making steady progress. Yellow is bright, cheerful, and bold, always looking for the perfect moment to strike and change the course of the game. Purple moves methodically, carefully analyzing each turn, making strategic decisions that might not be flashy but are extremely effective. Red is fiery, energetic, and aggressive, constantly taking risks to disrupt others and seize opportunities. Green is observant and calculated, waiting patiently for openings to make smart plays, while orange is unpredictable, blending strategy and spontaneity in ways that can shock opponents and turn the game upside down. Which of these colors do you think will dominate today's challenge? Comment below and let us know. This is one of the most fun parts of watching Ludo King multiplayer gameplay, predicting outcomes and rooting for your favorite color. This isn't just a game of moving tokens, it's a combination of psychology, strategy, and social interaction. Each roll of the dice can completely change the board, turning an underdog into a hero or an expected winner into a surprising early exit. Watching these 6 players navigate the board, each represented by blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, is like watching a living, breathing strategy game unfold. Every decision, hesitation, and clever maneuver contributes to the excitement and unpredictability of Ludo King gameplay. I want you to pause for a moment and think, if you were one of these 6 players, which color would you choose? Would you go with the steady and calculated blue, take bold risks like red, patiently wait for opportunities like green, or embrace unpredictability like orange? Comment your choice below. I'm curious to see which strategies resonate with you and how your thinking compares to the players on the board. Throughout this 6 players challenge, we'll cover every twist, clever move, and surprising outcome, showing why Ludo King is more than just a casual board game. It's a test of strategy, luck, and intuition. If you're enjoying this introduction, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you won't miss any of the epic gameplay ahead. This match promises laughter, tension, surprises, and unforgettable moments that only Ludo King multiplayer can deliver. Stick around and immerse yourself in the colorful world of Ludo, where 6 players, 6 colors, and countless possibilities combine to create one of the most exciting board gaming experiences online. Are you ready? Let's roll the dice, dive into strategy, and experience the thrilling adventure of the Ludo King 6 Players Challenge, where every move matters, every choice counts, and the drama is real. As the match continues, the true personalities of the 6 colors begin to emerge. Blue is methodical, advancing carefully with a plan, focused on building a strong foundation for the mid and late game. Every move seems deliberate, almost as if blue can anticipate every potential outcome. Yellow, on the other hand, radiates energy and optimism, eager to take risks that might yield big rewards. It's fascinating to watch yellow constantly weighing chances and opportunities, looking for that perfect move that could disrupt the calm flow of the board. Purple is a silent observer, choosing to analyze rather than rush. Each decision is carefully calculated, demonstrating patience and an understanding that sometimes slow and steady wins the race. Red is bold, energetic, and aggressive, pushing forward with daring moves that challenge the other players and create tension at every turn. Green remains strategic, observing patterns and timing its moves to perfection, while orange thrives on unpredictability, surprising everyone with unexpected twists that could turn the game in an instant. In these early stages, strategy matters as much as luck. Watching 6 players compete on the same board, each represented by blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, highlights the dynamic interplay between careful planning and spontaneous decisions. Every roll of the dice carries potential. A lucky roll could propel a player ahead, while a misstep could cost a vital advantage. This is the essence of Ludo King multiplayer gameplay, where no 2 matches are ever the same, and each moment is a learning opportunity for players and viewers alike. Now, I want to engage you, the audience. Which color do you think is excelling in these opening moves? Are you rooting for the calculated efficiency of blue or the bold surprises of orange? Perhaps the consistent patience of purple appeals to your strategic side, or the fiery aggression of red keeps you on edge. Comment below with your predictions, because one of the most fun aspects of watching a 6 players challenge is interacting with other fans, debating strategies, and cheering for your favorite color. Notice how the board is starting to fill up with colors: blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, each token representing personality, strategy, and momentum. The visual spectacle of 6-player Ludo combined with real-time strategy is what makes Ludo King such an addictive game. Watching each player maneuver around the board provides insight into risk assessment, patience, and decision-making under pressure. This is not just a casual game, this is a high-stakes strategic showdown, and it's happening in real time right before your eyes. Here's a question for all Ludo fans: if you were controlling all 6 colors, how would you balance aggression, patience, and timing to dominate the board? Would you try to control the middle, focus on early advancement, or play defensively until the perfect opportunity arises? Share your thoughts in the comments. Engaging with these questions not only sparks discussion but also builds a community of strategic thinkers who appreciate the depth of Ludo King multiplayer challenges. As we progress, pay attention to how each color adapts to others' moves. This early stage is about setting the tone and positioning for the mid-game. Each token, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, has a story to tell, and every roll contributes to that narrative. The excitement is building, strategies are evolving, and the drama is only just beginning. Stay with us as we explore the unfolding action, the brilliant plays, and the unpredictable twists that make a 6 players challenge so thrilling. The next few rounds will demonstrate how early choices impact the game, who gains momentum, and which colors are poised for a potential surprise surge. The board is heating up. The mid-game of this Ludo King 6 Players Challenge is where strategies start to collide, surprises emerge, and the energy skyrockets. At this point, each color, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, is showing its true personality in bold, dynamic ways. Blue continues to play with patience and precision, carefully advancing and ensuring that every move maximizes potential. You can almost feel the mental calculations behind each step. Yellow is vibrant and bold, taking risks that could either propel it to the top or put it in a precarious position. Its unpredictable maneuvers are keeping everyone on edge. Purple remains steady, choosing strategic positions, waiting for the perfect moment to capitalize on the chaos unfolding around it. Meanwhile, red is all about aggression and audacity, creating tension with daring moves that challenge every other player. Green is the silent strategist, observing, calculating, and moving with subtle yet highly effective precision. And orange continues to shine unpredictably, using a combination of bold plays and careful timing to disrupt the rhythm of the other players. This stage of the game is all about momentum. Ludo King multiplayer gameplay truly shines here because it's not just about rolling the dice. It's about reading the board, anticipating opponents' moves, and making tactical choices under pressure. Have you ever played a mid-game scenario where everything could change in one move? That's the excitement of 6-player Ludo. Every roll, every decision, every unexpected twist matters. Here's a fun question for you, the viewers. Which color do you think has the upper hand in this mid-game? Are you drawn to blue's calculated strategy, yellow's daring surprises, or red's fiery aggression? Perhaps the quiet but clever green or the unpredictable orange intrigues you most. Comment below and share your thoughts. Let's see which color fans believe will take the lead as the game intensifies. The board is alive with activity. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange tokens crisscross paths, creating a vibrant visual spectacle while also representing complex strategy and risk assessment. Each player's actions create tension, alliances, and rivalries, demonstrating why Ludo King 6 Players challenges are so captivating to watch. Every move can alter the balance of the game, making this mid-game phase critical for setting the stage for the final showdown. Notice how interactions between colors start shaping the gameplay. Red's aggression forces blue to adjust its strategy. Yellow's bold moves challenge purple's patience. Orange's surprises test green's calculated approach. This interplay of personalities, strategies, and timing creates a dynamic, living board that is thrilling to witness. It's in moments like these that the magic of Ludo King multiplayer strategy truly comes alive. Here's another question for you. If you could give advice to one of the colors right now, which one would it be, and what strategy would you suggest? Would you tell yellow to hold back, red to focus on timing, or blue to take a few calculated risks? Comment below with your ideas. Your insights might even inspire other viewers or future matches. As we move deeper into the mid-game, every turn matters more than ever. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange are all jockeying for position, creating tension, suspense, and excitement that only a 6-player Ludo board can deliver. Watch carefully, predict moves, and enjoy the unexpected twists, because in Ludo King 6 Players challenges, nothing is guaranteed, and every roll of the dice could redefine the game. The mid-game is where legends are born, rivalries intensify, and unforgettable moments happen. Stick with us as we witness strategy, luck, and daring collide in this thrilling Ludo King adventure. We are now deep into the game, and the tension is absolutely electrifying. The mid to late stages of this Ludo King 6 Players Challenge are where strategies clash, rivalries intensify, and the board becomes a battlefield of colors and cunning decisions. At this point, each color, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, is demonstrating its true potential and unique style of play. Blue continues with calm, calculated precision, moving in ways that seem almost predictive, as if anticipating opponents' strategies before they happen. Meanwhile, yellow is bold and adventurous, taking risks that keep everyone guessing. Its moves are unpredictable, making it a wild card in this intense 6-player game. Purple remains a patient strategist, observing patterns and making subtle moves designed to capitalize on mistakes by others. Red, true to its fiery nature, is aggressive and daring, creating tension with every step and forcing other players to adapt to its audacious style. Green continues its calculated approach, analyzing opportunities and timing its moves perfectly to avoid unnecessary risk while maximizing gain. And orange, unpredictable and creative, is surprising everyone with unexpected maneuvers that could change the course of the game in an instant. This stage is all about high-stakes decisions. Every move matters more than ever, and one misstep can drastically alter the game's trajectory. That's why Ludo King multiplayer gameplay is so thrilling, because luck and strategy are intertwined, and each player's choices can dramatically affect the outcome. The combination of 6 colors, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, makes for a visually dynamic and mentally engaging experience. Watching these players navigate the board is like watching a complex chess match unfold in real time, only with higher stakes and more surprises. Let's engage you, the viewer. Which color do you think is controlling the board right now? Is it blue's careful strategy, red's aggressive push, or yellow's daring maneuvers? Maybe green's patience or orange's unpredictability is dominating. Comment below and share your prediction. This is your chance to interact and join the action. The tension is heightened by the interactions between colors. Red's bold moves are forcing blue and purple to adapt their strategies. Yellow's unpredictability is putting pressure on green, while orange thrives on creating chaos and opportunities that no one anticipated. These dynamics make the game exciting to watch and highlight why Ludo King 6 Players Challenges are among the most engaging multiplayer board games online. Every roll of the dice, every token movement, and every calculated risk adds drama and excitement that keeps viewers hooked. Here's another question for you. If you were in this game right now, which color would you be, and how would you play to maximize your advantage? Would you take risks like red, play cautiously like blue, or embrace unpredictability like orange? Comment below with your strategies. Your insights might even help other viewers improve their own Ludo King gameplay. At this stage, the board is a whirlwind of color and strategy. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange tokens are constantly interacting, creating a thrilling, high-stakes environment. Every decision has consequences, every roll could change the game, and alliances and rivalries continue to develop. This is the heart of the 6 Players Challenge, where tension peaks, strategy shines, and unexpected twists can completely alter the board. As we move toward the final stages, stay focused. Watch how each color adapts, strategizes, and surprises. High-tension moments like these are what make Ludo King multiplayer gameplay so addictive, keeping viewers engaged and players thinking several moves ahead. Get ready, because the next section will bring us closer to the climax, where every roll could determine who wins, who loses, and who makes the most epic comeback. We are now entering the late game of this Ludo King 6 Players Challenge, where every decision, every roll of the dice, and every move can completely change the outcome. The tension is palpable, and the board is a whirlwind of strategy, chaos, and anticipation. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange are all vying for control, and each color is showing a unique approach to navigating these critical final stages. Blue remains calm and calculated, advancing strategically while carefully anticipating opponents' actions. Every move is precise, reflecting an understanding of how to balance risk and reward in high-pressure moments. Yellow continues to be bold and daring, taking calculated risks that could either secure a huge advantage or leave it vulnerable to counterattacks. Its unpredictability keeps all other players on edge. Purple maintains patience and consistency, steadily progressing while observing openings created by other players' decisions. Red, ever aggressive, pushes forward with daring moves that force others to react immediately, injecting energy and unpredictability into the game. Green remains the tactical observer, waiting for the perfect moment to advance, taking advantage of the mistakes and miscalculations of others. And Orange, as always, thrives on unpredictability, capitalizing on sudden opportunities and shaking up the board when least expected. In these late-game stages, every roll can be a turning point. That's the magic of Ludo King multiplayer gameplay, where strategy and luck are intertwined, and no player's position is ever truly safe. The 6 colors, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, create a vibrant, dynamic board where tension and excitement are constantly rising. Watching these tokens interact is not just fun, it's a study in strategic thinking, risk management, and adaptability under pressure. Let's engage you, the audience. Which color do you think is most likely to pull ahead in this late-game phase? Are you rooting for blue's precision, red's audacity, yellow's daring surprises, green's strategic patience, purple's steady consistency, or orange's unpredictability? Comment below and make your predictions. The best part of watching a 6 players challenge is seeing who the community believes will claim victory. The drama escalates as each color adapts to the evolving situation. Red's bold moves challenge blue and purple, forcing calculated responses. Yellow creates unexpected pressure on green, while orange capitalizes on every small opportunity to disrupt the rhythm of the board. These interactions illustrate why Ludo King 6 Players challenges are so captivating. Every turn, token interaction, and decision carries weight, and the tension is shared by players and viewers alike. Here's a question to keep your mind sharp. If you could give advice to one color in this late stage, which one would it be, and what strategy would you suggest? Would you tell red to focus on timing rather than aggression, yellow to be more cautious, or blue to take a risk to secure a win? Share your thoughts in the comments because discussing strategies enhances the experience for all Ludo fans watching this epic multiplayer Ludo battle. As the board fills with blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, the excitement and suspense continue to rise. Every player's path is shaped not only by dice rolls but also by the strategic thinking, timing, and clever maneuvers displayed throughout the match. The late game is where heroes emerge, underdogs rise, and unforgettable moments occur, making Ludo King gameplay an experience full of drama, engagement, and unpredictability. Stay tuned because the next section will take us to the grand finale, where strategies, rivalries, and surprises collide. Every decision counts, every color has a chance, and the winner is still uncertain. This is the moment where legends are made, comebacks happen, and the Ludo King 6 Players Challenge reaches its thrilling climax. And here we are, the grand finale of this incredible Ludo King 6 Players Challenge. The tension is at its peak, and the board has become a battlefield of strategy, daring moves, and high-stakes decisions. Each color, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, is poised for the final showdown. Blue is calm and calculated, moving with precision and anticipation, trying to secure a strategic advantage while avoiding unnecessary risks. Yellow remains bold and daring, seizing every opportunity with courage and energy. Its unpredictable moves make it a constant threat, keeping everyone on edge. Purple maintains steady, measured progress, waiting patiently for openings created by the chaos of other players. Red, true to its fiery personality, is aggressive and relentless, creating tension with daring maneuvers that force opponents to think on their feet. Green continues its careful strategic approach, observing opportunities and timing moves with precision, capitalizing on any miscalculations by others. Orange, unpredictable and clever, thrives on taking advantage of the unexpected, making moves that could completely change the dynamics of the board in a single turn. This is the stage where every roll of the dice matters. One lucky roll, one clever move, or one strategic misstep can redefine the outcome of the game. Watching these 6 players navigate the board, each represented by blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, is a true display of Ludo King multiplayer gameplay at its finest. The interplay of strategy, risk, and unpredictability creates a dynamic and thrilling experience for players and viewers alike. Let's engage you, the viewers. Which color do you think will claim victory? Are you rooting for blue's calm precision, red's bold aggression, yellow's daring, green's calculated patience, purple's steady strategy, or orange's unpredictable brilliance? Comment below with your prediction. Your insights and guesses make watching this 6 players challenge even more exciting and interactive. The board is alive with color and energy. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange tokens interact constantly, creating suspense, surprise, and intense strategic moments. This is where alliances and rivalries, subtle or overt, influence gameplay, and where a single move can create a dramatic shift. The visual spectacle of 6-player Ludo, combined with the tension and strategy of a real battle, makes this finale unforgettable. Here's a question to keep your mind engaged. If you were controlling one of the colors right now, what would your final strategy be to secure the win? Would you take a risk to outmaneuver others, or play cautiously to ensure survival until the last roll? Comment your ideas because your strategies could inspire other viewers or give insights into how you think in high-pressure Ludo King multiplayer scenarios. The excitement intensifies as each color positions itself for the final moments. Red continues to challenge blue and purple, yellow pressures green, and orange creates unexpected opportunities for a dramatic shift. Every token movement matters, and every decision can redefine who emerges as the champion. This is what makes Ludo King 6 Players challenges so captivating. Nothing is predictable, and every moment holds the potential for an epic outcome. As we approach the final moments, remember that this is more than a game. It's a combination of strategy, timing, and unpredictability. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange each have a story on this board, each with its own path to glory or defeat. Watch carefully as the grand finale unfolds, and enjoy the thrilling culmination of strategy, skill, and luck that makes Ludo King multiplayer gameplay so addictive and entertaining. Now, we've reached the thrilling conclusion of this epic Ludo King 6 Players Challenge. After an intense 1 hour and 13 minutes of strategy, suspense, daring moves, and unexpected twists, the board has finally revealed its victor. But every color, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, played an essential role in creating this unforgettable match. Blue demonstrated calculated precision and steady strategy, yellow brought bold surprises and daring energy, purple stayed consistent and patient, red injected aggression and excitement, green used careful timing and tactical observation, and orange kept everyone on their toes with unpredictability. Each color contributed to a dynamic, edge-of-your-seat experience that shows why Ludo King multiplayer gameplay is so engaging. Now, let's pause for a moment and reflect. What was your favorite moment from this 6 Players Challenge? Was it a bold move by red, a clever strategy by green, or a surprising twist from orange? Comment below because your insights, predictions, and reactions are part of what makes watching Ludo King so interactive and fun. Sharing your thoughts helps build a vibrant community of players who love discussing strategy, memorable plays, and epic match moments. This game illustrates more than just luck. It's a combination of strategy, adaptability, timing, and psychological play. Watching 6 colors, blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange, interact in real time demonstrates how Ludo King 6 Players challenges test skill, decision-making, and the ability to respond to unpredictability. Every player brought a unique personality and style to the board, and every turn created suspense and excitement. This is what keeps millions of players coming back to Ludo King multiplayer gameplay around the world. Here's a question for all viewers. If you were to play a rematch with these 6 colors, which one would you choose and why? Would you go with blue's calm strategy, yellow's bold moves, purple's steady consistency, red's aggressive play, green's tactical approach, or orange's unpredictability? Comment your choice and share your strategy. This is a chance to connect with fellow fans and showcase your understanding of Ludo King multiplayer tactics. As the game concludes, it's important to highlight how each color contributed to the tension, excitement, and unpredictability of this match. The interplay of blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange created moments of suspense, surprise, and delight, demonstrating why Ludo King 6 Players Challenges are among the most thrilling multiplayer experiences online. The board was alive with movement, strategy, and energy, making this match not only entertaining but also educational for players looking to refine their gameplay. Before we wrap up, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more epic Ludo King 6 Players Challenges. By subscribing, you'll never miss a high-stakes multiplayer match, exciting strategies, or unforgettable moments with colorful, dynamic gameplay. Encourage friends and fellow Ludo fans to join the channel so they can experience the thrill, learn new strategies, and participate in discussions about every daring move and clever decision. Finally, thank you for joining this adventure. Blue, yellow, purple, red, green, and orange each created a story on the board, making this one of the most exciting and memorable Ludo King matches we've seen. Keep playing, keep predicting, and keep sharing your favorite moments. The world of Ludo King multiplayer gameplay is full of surprises, strategy, and fun, and your engagement makes every game even more exciting. Until the next 6 Players Challenge, keep rolling those dice, thinking ahead, and enjoying the colorful, thrilling world of Ludo King.